Hey everyone, welcome to the Crystal Peaks split. This is going to be very fun. So as soon as Watcher Knights stop, just walk over, wall jump, wall jump, wall jump, wall jump, up here. Then you want to go up here first. Sometimes people go to the chest first, but just like on your way down, you can fall like this and clear this little space while you're falling. Whereas you can't move to the right when you're falling, so it just makes more sense to do it after. So we're going up here, go into this transition to the left, then hit this elevator. Then at this point, as soon as the elevator touches like this light here, I start wall jumping, and then I wall jump twice. Let me show you that after I catch the elevator. So the point is, you don't want to wait for the elevator to get up. You want to wall jump so that you can start wall jumping on the left as soon as you can. So, I forgot to hit the elevator down, of course, because it's been a while since I played the category. And then you just do 2 wall jumps there like that, and then at the end of your second wall jump, you hit the elevator to go back down. So ideally, you get to this point and you can just jump like that. But sometimes you'll bonk your head on here. Like there's a little ceiling here. If that happens, it's okay. Just go something like that. Or you can go like that. Either way, it's not a big deal. So the movement in dream sections is like this. Once you get crystal dash, you can crystal dash. It is the same time-wise. So as the game freezes when you hit them for the last time, you just want to start holding focus cast. Then you mash A and nail here, or that's what I do. There's probably multiple buttons you can mash. I always just do A and nail. So now we are on our way to sell to Lemm, and yeah. We're gonna do that. We're gonna get the Geo on the way back. I always mash A and nail to wake up here. Dash twice, hit that lever, and menu drop all the way to the bottom. Then you can just fall down and dash, dash, dash menu drop into the transition. I like to go like this. So I pogo this first thing, and then as soon as I pogo the second thing, I dash into the transition. That just gives me a bit of fall speed going into the transition. So here we get the chest. The chest can sometimes be laggy. Make sure you get 655 Geo. And then you want to grab the Hollowness seal and then fall down here. Now the amount of Geo that I'm looking to have at this point is 1225. If you have less than that, then that's a problem and you're going to need to get more Geo. So that guy can sometimes fly up. You want to jump up to a point where you can dash onto this platform and pogo dash immediately. You also want to down slash here. Just in case one guy is down here, you can get a bit of soul as you dash into this transition. So you just want to keep dashing through here. And hit this lever. Then you want to get walk link storage on the door. Preferably in the other direction. So you want to keep a bit of space in between yourself and the door. Then as it opens, just dash through it, okay? And you can practice that with save states, so it's pretty straightforward. Doesn't need a ton of explanation. So you want to menu drop down here, and then you can just up slash this lever. I just up slash because you don't have to turn around first. So yeah, it doesn't really matter though. So I dash across here, hit this lever. Then sometimes you can hit one of the guys here for soul as you're waiting for this elevator to pass by. I do a little hop just to build up speed going into the elevator shaft, hit this lever, then here's something to explain that I have not explained up until this point. So this is called a ceiling boost. So you can see as I hit this little angle here at the end of the dash, it sends me straight down at a much faster speed than it would have normally. So normally it takes a while to build up downwards fall speed, but if you get a ceiling boost, you get much faster fall speed. It is a bit precise to hit consistently, but can see I didn't even hit it there. But if you get it, you just go to the ground faster, and that means you can start, you know, dashing on the ground quickly. So here we're going to Lemm. Then we go up here. I like to wall jump like that. Let me just show you this one more time. So as the elevator is going up, you want to wall jump here, and then preferably dash to the right when you do that. Then just hit the elevator as you're doing it. So here you go between mashing AX and just A. That's what I do. So, and then as we get to the dialogue, A and X. And as we get to the selling menu, just A. Then I go like this to try to get the ceiling boost, and I did. So if you need Geo, you can get 18 from these guys. That's pretty quick, assuming you have the soul. If you need more, then you might want to skip those guys and go for these, like that. And you're not necessarily going to get all of them. Killing that guy is a pretty big time loss. However, you can also go for the 18 Geo from those two guys, and also get potentially 18 more from these guys. But you can see sometimes this husk is in the way, so it's kind of risky. But you should be up to 2325, I think, is what you need. If that's not the case, I'll write it in the description. I'm sorry, I'm kind of rusty. Anyway, we're going into this room. So let me show you the basic strat for this. Okay, that's the movements you should probably learn. There's a bit more difficult movement. That is a very difficult jump. Some people say it's the most difficult jump in the game. I don't find it too difficult, but basically, as you're going in here, you get a dash at a certain timing after the transition, and then you dash off the ledge and you get coyote frames is what they're called. So like Wile E. Coyote, essentially. You jump while you're not on the platform anymore, but you're at the end of a dash, so the game still thinks you're on a platform. That's the idea. And you can get a jump here, and it's pretty precise. But the idea here is you pogo off the barrel or the husk, and then you land on here, jump, jump. Okay? Don't worry about it too much. It only saves 0.2, and it's risky to go for. So, here is the Toll Scurry Lookdown Glitch. So you want to pay for the toll, and then as you're paying for it, hold down on the D-pad or the arrow keys if you're on keyboard. So as you're doing this, let me make a save state. Hold down. As soon as you see your character look down, let go. And you get the fast toll. Let me show you how long it takes if you don't do that. Waiting, waiting, waiting. Okay, that's when you miss the glitch. So just hold down on the D-pad, then as soon as you see your character look down, you let go of down. That's all you have to do. You can also do it looking up, not that it matters. So here, every single stag that we use, hit down and A. Every single stag menu. Then you don't have to mash through this. You can get like a water break because the timer does not run during that cutscene. So once you get to this point, dash twice, wall jump up here, hit that lever, and then we're in Dirt Mouth. So you have the slow walking speed, but as long as you're dashing, it's fine. So do 3 dashes into Sly's hut. And then we want to get Lumafly Lantern. Then start mashing B as soon as you finish buying it, so it closes the menu, dash out. Now you want to get to the bench, but a dash doesn't quite bring you to it, so I always jump dash, and then you can get on the bench, jump dash, get back into the stag station. You can also bench before on your way in, doesn't matter. So here, down A. just like all the stag menus. You can take another water break if you're really thirsty. So here we're just dashing right. Keep in mind that as you're loading this room, you can do the input for movement sooner than you think. Okay, so once you get to this point, this is a pretty tough room for most people. Just focus on doing it right. Just gonna go through it once with my strat. That's the basic idea. There are other strats to use, but I don't really know them too well. So I'll jump up here. Pogo this guy. Okay, that you don't have to do the wall jump on that little platform. That's just something I do for swag. It's pointless. Okay, so sometimes this guy can be in a really annoying spot. If that's the case, if you get hit by him, just pogo him a few times. And if you need to heal up, then you can do it as you're waiting for this next toll. So you just don't do the Lookdown Glitch. The heal actually also causes the toll to speed up for some reason. So you can see, let's break this down a little bit. So I get to this point just by jump dashing after this guy. I jump, dash, and I'm here. Then I want to get to here, and then wall jump off here, and then be at the left of this Vengefly and pogo him. Then from there, I just land, jump, pogo him again, and then start doing wall jumps up. Okay, so let me show you this one more time. So you don't have to do the wall jump off that platform, you can just wall jump off the right. So you can get this and heal up if you want. Most people who are more advanced will do the look down and then go for wall cling storage. Sometimes you can get 2 wall cling storages. If you do a jump, the moment you hit the ground and do another dash, then you can get 2 wall cling storages in a row, and it just saves like a teensy little bit of time. Let me try to show you it. I'm not getting it. But one little optimization you can do here is, as you're going, instead of waiting to land on the ground, you just pogo dash off that little background object. So let me show you this little spot. This is pretty straightforward. This is what you'll do 90%. So if he's on the left, you just jump off here, dash, and then pogo off of him, and then dash again. If he's on the right, let me try to show you. Oh, you can pogo off the right side of him. It's pretty much the same thing. So let's just go through this room. You just hold right and dash through all of it. And as soon as you get to here, I just jump, dash, jump, dash. I don't spend any time on this platform, even though it's moving right. So just jump, dash, jump, dash. That puts us in the perfect spot to get this lantern pogo. You don't have to do it. You can just wall jump up here. It's a little bit slower. The lantern pogo is quite nice. So now it's time for this room. We're gonna do it normally first. You wanna wall jump up here instead. It's a little bit faster. Then like so. Okay, that's the main way you do the room. I'm gonna show you it one more time just to show you pause canceling. I missed it. But when these glimbacks are moving towards you, you can actually pogo them, and I will explain it in one moment. Let me just see if I can get it, just to show you guys. Okay, you see how there's no pause, like normal? That's because when you pogo them, you notice the game pauses for a moment. Now, when you get hit, the game also pauses. But if you pogo them, and the game pauses, then unpauses, as you get hit, the pogo will cause the game to unpause. Even though the game paused because you got hit. It just unpauses the game no matter what. And getting hit, the pause is like 1/5 of a second or so, whereas pogoing them is much shorter of a pause. So you're pausing the game by pogoing, but it's a shorter pause, and it cancels the pause from getting hit. I know that's not the best explanation, but hopefully it makes sense. Anyway, I recommend going to the left here when you're starting. You don't have to damage tank, but that is something you can do. You can also just go like that, or you can cast twice if you have the soul. Okay, that's the beginner strat. Here's Pogaxe. This is risky as hell, but it's eventually worth learning. If I go like this, and that's Pogaxe. So let me break down the movements of Pogaxe. So then as soon as you land here, and then as soon as you get to the apex of your jump, you dash to the right into this wall, and it just carries you up. Don't press anything. And then once you get close to the top, you react to the pickaxe, and yeah, you dash out. Or rather, you react to the swing of the miner. The miner moves and then swings, and then throws, sorry. So, yeah. Sometimes they move into a really annoying spot, but you want to watch for the throw. That's what you want to watch for. That's when you time your dash. You can see, move super far to the right. And when they move that far to the right, there's sometimes nothing you can do. That's why a lot of people don't go for Pogaxe, but most of the time it does work. It is relatively consistent, but when it doesn't work, there's not a whole lot you can do. You just fall back down into the transition and you try again, or you go through it normally. You just go through this guy, and yeah, it loses 6 seconds if you miss it, and it saves about 3 seconds if you get it. You get it more than 2/3 of the time, so it's worth it, in my opinion. But some people might not want to lose runs. Something you can do is you go to the right, then if the Glimback is not in the way, you go up normally. Otherwise, if the Glimback is in the way, you go for Pogaxe. That way you get the best of both worlds, kind of. Okay, now I'm gonna move on to the next room. Oops. So this is gonna be God Cycle room. The way you move through this room should be consistent. Let me show you what I do. And I got it. That is God Cycle. Let me explain a bit further. So God Cycle and God Pixel all refer to the laser guy at the end of the room. So it's getting the right cycle or the right positioning to get past him, so you can get through that little laser. So you can see he shoots the laser while he's horizontal here. And there's a spot where you can get in between the laser and his hitbox, so you can jump through that. But it's pretty precise. It's not 1 pixel, but it's like a couple pixels. It's hard to get. Sometimes you can get past him before his laser starts, and that's just RNG. That's called God Cycle. God Pixel is when you get in between them after he starts shooting. Okay? So there's 2 ways to get past. One is random, one is skill. I always like to jump up here and pogo off this, just so I land on this platform. It's just something I like doing. But watch as, let me break down the movement leading up to it. So we dash, jump, jump. I do a mini hop before that dash, and I pogo off that shit. And then this guy is really important. So the timing at which their lasers shoot is semi-randomized. So it's like plus or minus 0.5 seconds, which is a lot of time. I think it's actually less than that, but it's something like that. Anyway, the point is sometimes this guy will be shooting and be in your way, sometimes he won't be. And you have to react to when he starts his shoot so that you know when he's going to end it. And it's not easy to see because, you know, he's kind of off screen and stuff. So point is you have to know when he's going to stop shooting and then dash right after. So you have to react to him stopping shooting. Okay, so I failed it. So if that happens, there's two backups. You can pogo off these guys to refresh your dash. Sometimes you can just hold right and pogo off this guy, land on this platform. And then if you get behind on the cycle, this guy at the top, who you normally try to get past, he's going to be going downwards and still shooting, or just ending his shoot. So you want to get to this platform as quickly as you can and try to go to the right. Let me try to illustrate that. I was way too slow, so I got hit. Normally you wouldn't ever be that slow. Let's show you. Go up here, wall jump dash, pogo off that dash. Okay, you see stopped super early, and I was too far to the left there, but pretty close. And even if you get hit, it's not a horribly big deal. It's not a big time loss to get hit, as long as you wall jump right after. Okay, now you'll notice I'm going here to refresh my wall jump. So you see I dash up here to refresh my dash. Sorry, not wall jump. So I dash up here and then I fall, and then I don't have a dash to get over here, so I need to refresh it somehow. You can either pogo off one of these guys down here to refresh your dash, or you can go on the wall. Going on the wall is a bit trickier. Pogoing them loses a bit of time. So it's kind of just up to you what you want to do. Let me show you this room once more. I was too far to the right that time, but that's okay. That's God Cycle room. So here I'm going to show you the beginner strat first. Okay, now that's the basic strat. There are a couple things I want to break down. So you want to pogo off this lantern, but don't pogo off this guy, because when you pogo off these guys, it freezes the game for a second and you just lose time. So another thing I want to break down is I always do like a little hop just to just so that I know the timing of when my next jump will be. Let me go through this room. See, the reason why I do that hop is just so that I know I dash, and then I do the mini hop, and then I jump. I don't need to think about when I'm gonna jump. I just do that sequence of button inputs, and it'll always jump me in the right spot. Because as we went through earlier, mini hops are always at the specific height. As long as you tap the button for a really short amount of time, always gonna get the same height. Okay, so let's go through the more advanced strat. Okay, and you'll notice we dash before hitting that pogo, and then we damage tank to the left intentionally. See, you can actually damage tank to the right, and that's not what you want. It's kind of hard to illustrate, but you want to be to the left of the dude on the wall. You just hold left and you jump 4 times. That's it. You don't have to think about the timing of your jumps, just wall jump 4 times and you'll be in the right spot. Okay, now this room has like the normal strat, which is like this. That's a little bit slower. You want to go like this. This is a bit harder, but it does save 0.1. So if 0.1 is worth it, go for it. Okay, so we just want to continue dashing through here. Then we menu drop through this spot. Pretty straightforward, just watch out for that one guy on the wall. You can sometimes hit him if you need soul as well as you're falling past him. You don't need to menu drop past him. You can just fall and then hit him for soul as you're falling. That's if you don't have enough soul going into this room. So this room has a cycle that you want to hit. I'm gonna show you. This is Homotity Fireball. I'm just gonna go through the room really quickly just to show you the basic idea, and then we're gonna break it down. Okay, and that's the room. Okay, and now let's break down all the sections. So this is a continuous cycle that you need to hit. So it only starts once you get up into the vertical section. So you can go like this. It's not going to affect the cycle. This is when the cycle starts. So you want to jump into this laser such that you get knocked back to the right and it puts you above this little ledge here. Then you dash and just fall. And you wait for that one laser. You wait for this laser, because if you try to dash through this laser, you'll often just get hit. So you just, after this part, you just pretty much hold right and go. Okay, this is the only laser you have to wait for. And then as you land on this platform, you can go under the next platform, or if you think that's too risky, you don't have to do it. I always like to go under. Then this conveyor belt thing, this actually, as you're wall clinging onto it, you actually go at slower than your terminal velocity. So as you're clinging onto this, you fall at 20.0 speed, whereas your terminal velocity is 20.8 speed. So you want to wall cling onto it so that it immediately accelerates you to 20, and then you want to tap left so that you're no longer clinging onto it. So let me just show you the general idea. Okay, just like that. So you wall cling onto it as soon as you can, and then you get off of it as soon as you can. Okay. Then you just go and grab Crystal Heart. I'm gonna go through the laser cycle one more time, or maybe a couple more times, because I want to show you damage list as well as explain Homotity Fireball and the other backups and stuff you can use. So this is Homotity Fireball. Okay, the idea is, let me just show you. If I just dash off a platform twice, I fall in between the dashes, right? Because there's a cooldown in between each dash. However, if you fireball after the first dash ends, then the cooldown for the dash finishes as you're doing the fireball, so you don't end up falling hardly at all. So you dash, you fireball to wait for the dash cooldown, and then you immediately dash again. Yeah, that's Homotity Fireball. Let me show you. I always turn around. You don't have to. It just pushes you back a bit, so it's a little bit faster. Okay, then the idea here is you do 1, 2, 3, wall jump immediately, then land. I messed up the cycle because I went up there early. But let me show you the double dash technique. You can actually go like that, but it's really quite scary to do. It's not easy, and if you miss it, then you're falling and you're gonna respawn all the way over here. So I have conveyor belt storage. Okay, now we're good. So let me show you. You want to stay on this conveyor belt for a moment just so you get its speed, and jump up and dash. Homotity Fireball, 2, 3, 4. Jump into this, dash, wait, dash, 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 dash. And just keep going to the right. That's the double dash in a different spot. I don't know why I did it, but enjoy. So, and then we just get Crystal Heart. And that's it for the split. I'm just gonna save and quit out, just to show you guys save and quits again. Save and quits you can lose a surprising amount of time on, so mash, go like that. Then we're gonna go back in game. You can also use your mouse. It's a bit awkward in my opinion, but it can be pretty fast as well. So that's the split. We're gonna be going into Umu and Monomon next. You can see how enthusiastic I am about that, but yeah. Anyway, hope you guys have been enjoying the tutorial so far, and see ya.